Hey, 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 come on in. Let's get a crafting. You're here with Lisa, crafting with chaos. This, of course, is Angel. Nicholas will be in the background, probably yelling at his game. I hopefully will have him at bay. We're going to go ahead and do our duck today. I'm going to show you actually how to do it. I went ahead and I did a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of wonderful little duckies.
Wait,
so I'm ready to go.
Can I do something?
No, you cannot.
Please.
No. I'm going to show you how to start, thread, and all that fun stuff to kind of get you going. So let's start this journey. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Follow me on Facebook. I am on there. Crafting with Chaos, Lisa Reffa. Yeah, so let's put my hair up because it's a lot easier.
I don't like my hair being up. I don't know.
Well, backing out of my face. If you have long hair, you'll find it gets caught in your threading. So let's get this started. So here we have the needle. I just stuck it in this little eraser just to not lose it, because I lose it half the time. Our colors, of course, purple one. So we're going to go ahead and do a purple duck. I did do another one beforehand, but I'll show that finished at the end. Plus I'll also have this one for you. But we have the pink. We're going to use this for his little eyeballs. Figure give him a little contrast. And of course we have for his little bill. Make sure the thread is cleared up a little bit. Got my little skizzers. And of course, Angel's in the line to where she's helping me. She's here, but it's only my hands that are in here today. Sorry, they're not pretty. They're more sausagey. I'm not professional.
They're naked.
They're a bit naked. I need to go talk to my girls for my jewelry and go get my nails done for you all.
Her girly pops.
I need to be a little girly-ish. And not me at all. But normally, what we're going to do, you're just going to simply start it. Remember, over, under. And this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we're starting with the beak, because it'll be a lot easier to start with this. You're just going to go, notice how the thread is back there, you have it held. You just take it down below. The reason why we do this is for the cross. And you want to keep a hold of the back here, so that way that doesn't fly out or you're going to be redoing it. You just come back over right next door and do that one. Decide on how big you want your beak. I go at least 3. Then you go below. Sorry, I pull it away so that way I can finish pulling it through. I'm going to flip it over so you can kind of see it. And there is a little bit of thread, and you can leave it right there. And then that way when you follow back with the purple, it will cover it over. But notice how with here, we're going to go downward, so that way you're not doing much. But it'll be a little bit easier. So we're going to go down right below where we finished. And just come on all the way through. You don't have to hold that piece down anymore because it's been secured enough that you shouldn't. Notice how you got it right there. You just come on up. Sorry if it comes out of your way. I do this so I can see it also. So I know I'm doing it correctly for you, because if I don't see it, I know I'll mess up, and that's not something I want to do for you guys. You want to pull it all the way through. Now if you notice, a lot of times with these cuts, with it having this, you have the individual. Yeah, you could put something there, but it won't go anything. There are some people that will take this and go ahead and round it over, but I don't necessarily do that. One, it's a pain in the keister. What I do, in fact, is I go right below here. I'm going to bring it up through, and I do this normally before I continue on and finish, so that way I'm not tightening up the whole thing. But you go right up above, just like you would any other time, only you're doing a straight.
Sorry about the dog barking. That was Rose.
Oh, she's having her voice. Okay. And I'm going to take it right here.
I'll go put her, you know.
And we're going to just bring it straight through. And one thing that you're going to do is you're going to go through underneath. And it's going to be a pain in the butt to me. Right there. Bring it all the way through. And this will give it a little bit of like a crisscross action. And you're going to go right in the next little hole. The reason why I do this a lot of times is to fill in. It gives a good fill in. Just like that. We're going to go right here. I'll show you the back in a second. So that way you can see how that's looking in the back. So that way everything is going through perfectly. But that's how the back's looking. And basically we're gonna, since I did that, we're gonna go through back here. And that's how you're gonna basically go to certain stitches. You're just gonna climb through the hole, through the tunnel, to get to the back end. So you can go here and right down below. And once again, sorry I'm pulling it away from your view. And right there you have the bottom half of the bill. The beak, rather. Bill beak. But you're going to go ahead and go up through and do that. Now I'm going to continue with this one. And I'm going to do the other one. But when you do the other one, you want to make sure you have it to where it's matching up on both ends. So here you have this side, you're going to flip it over. So when you're looking at it, they're going to face the same direction. Sorry, let me do that to where it's a little bit easier. Because if you do it to where it's like how it's supposed to be, it's not going to always look right. But when you're stitching it, you're going to put them in the same direction. Lay them on top. Only instead of doing it on this side, you're going to do it on the opposite side. And then that way you can have them together. Let me finish these two, and I'll be right back. Like I said, I got the other little ducky done. Now you can, at least the beak part. Now if you can see how that's going to go. I went ahead and I stopped. I wanted to show you how you're going to end it. You're just basically going to go up through. Try not to split it. Pull it all the way through. That's basically how you're going to end your stitching. Take your little scissors. I know I had different ones earlier. They weren't working with me. Put those over there.
Tried to borrow mine.
Yeah, I had to borrow the Angels.
It looks like they're about to kiss.
But when you stick them together, you're going to put the bigger side in. There's one side. And there's the other. perfectly in line. Now, I always like to have 2 of the needles with me, so that way I don't have to constantly change out. We're going to work on the little eyeball. Just go up through. You're already done this wonderful little make. Like, you're going to have that. And go ahead and take her all the way up. You're going to figure out exactly where it looks the best. Normally I go at least 1 off. You're just going to pull it on through. You're just doing an overlay on this one. So there's that one. I mean, you can finish, but I just think that's too plain. So you go up next to it. And instead of going under, you're going to pull it through. Notice how it tightens up a little bit, made it a little bit smaller. You're just going to go ahead and go right over top. Look how pretty.
Pretty.
And you got a nice little X right there. And that's your X stitch right there.
X marks the spot.
You're just going to go over. You can go right where you entered in. If I can fit it through, that'd be great. Okay, got it. That's the only problem. A lot of times you're going to get tough. It's going to get harder to go through. There you go. You got that. Cut off your extra thread.
I'll be back.
Thanks for the warning.
Oh my god.
There you have a little pink. There. A little pink eyeball. I was looking up ducks and whatnot. Are you going to put your snout in the picture? Huh? Rosie's nearby, so if you catch her in the glimpse, you might be surprised. She wants in. She wants to do a ducky. She wants a ducky. Just like in this one, I try to keep them symmetrical. I never really managed to, but that's alright. You just roughly remember how far away you were, where you were. I always wind up getting a knot in what I'm making. But hey, that's alright. And then you cross it. And go in that way. Then you have the other little eye. Go right back behind here. And fit that on through. And now those 2 are done. And there's the starts to our little duckies. We're going to go ahead and take the string off the one, put it aside. I can always reuse that for the light bulbs that I'm making for Nicholas or for another eyeball. And I can show you exactly right now how to basically preserve.
Back.
Thanks for letting me know. So we have that all set up. Basically to hold on to whatever yarn you're needing. You just take a piece of cardboard. I hold on to these because they're from the Ritz.
The Wits.
Ritz crackers.
Wits quackless. I
just use the thin ones. I always do like a weird circle.
Doesn't never looked right, but
but it gives you a basis. You're just gonna cut a little slit.
I thought that was like a heart for a second.
All you're doing is basically put the yarn in, so that way it's just sits there. You don't have to hold it, but it helps. You just wrap it around.
I never make the.
And when your yarn gets to a certain point where you're in need to kind of control it a little bit better, this is one of the things to do to kind of help you keep it at bay. Once again, I'll do the same with the orange later. I'll need that to, when I'm stitching these together, it'll go right here on the beak to close them off.
Right where I have to stand.
You're fine right there. She's watching Mama. Now, like I did before, I started on this side because when I'm working on it, since I'm right-handed, it helps to hold the yarn with my other hand. If you're not comfortable with that way, just remember you have to go at a diagonal. So whichever way you decide, you can do. Since I'm going to go at this a little bit upside down. And I'm doing it for you guys. This is not how I normally do things. I'm not a pro at this, but I've done enough of the cross stitches.
Hey, I have an idea.
I can do.
For the ducks, you should add one of the cat toys in.
No, they're not big enough.
Oh. Make it bigger.
And as she mentioned about the cat toys, I will explain that on my live that I do, that I'm going to have. And I'll say a little bit more at the end of my video here on that one. So you guys have something to look forward to watching me here in a couple of days.
So stay tuned for that.
Yes, please subscribe to my channel. Find me on Facebook. I am also on TikTok. You'll just look for my picture. You'll find me.
I already have a friend that found my mom on a group chat.
And I thank you all for the 39 to probably 40 right about now people that are subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. You're making my dream of stepping out of my normal box.
Stepping out of her comfort zone.
This is a comfort zone of a major here. But here we go. You got the second stitching going. You're just going to continue on all the way down the road. Let me go ahead and do a quick little adventure down. Alrighty, so I got the duck done. I did finish up the beak. All you do is basically put it through in the back, in the opening back there. Kind of just sample it through. I'm going to show you with the purple what you're going to do. Because I left the purple still attached. All you're going to do is simply just go through both sides. Try not to pierce your thread or else you'll fray it. Once you got it through, see how that is? Just going to go ahead and pull it straight through. Go around like if you're going to strangle the duck, but you're not going to strangle the duck. You're just going to find the next hole down, go straight through again. I know I started in a tight corner. I find it a little bit easier doing that one. You're just going to find the next hole, go through both sides, and pull it all the way through. We're going to continue that all the way around. I have made a couple of these for various friends and friends' family, or friends of a friend. Not sure their take on it, but I did happen to make one. This is how it will look when it's done. I did have another one. Sorry for the rattle. I did do a purple one. I did them with the little yellow eye. But these are how they'll turn out. I do have a friend that has a Jeep, and I will include that in there. This was her favorite color, so I did one special for her. Changed up the little beak. Like I said, it doesn't have to be normal, because if you look up the ducks online, they're not. But what I did do also, Scott Guard and what have you make a spray to weatherproof and whatnot, so that way you can protect this. I'll grab that here in a minute and show you. This one I did not tie at the top, but you can tie it. It just gives it a little bit more free motion than how this one's tied at the string to hold it a little bit better. And just, they still move around. You just hang them on the windshield of a Jeep. So I'm going to go ahead, finish stitching up this one, show you basically what you're going to do. And I'm going to go put this on the rear view. I will post a picture of that because they have requested not to be on camera, and I completely adore them. So if you're not going to want to be on camera, I'm not going to force you. But I thank them for allowing me to gift them this with this and be able to show you all what we're doing. But let me finish this up and I'll show you how I'm going to end it, and we'll go from there. All right. So if I got us to the ending there, and we're just going to continue. The more stitchings you do, just will basically close it off a little bit better. The one problem that I always have, I never do enough stitching. So like here, you'll see a little bit still of the plastic. All you do to prevent that is just add a little bit more stitching, go the extra mile. I didn't think to do a little bit extra because of the fact that it'll be hanging up. It shouldn't swing very much. We're at our final little spot. I'm just going to close this up. Normally with a regular open project, I will suggest maybe going through the back end. Case in point, this is a project I'm making right now. They're little fidget cubes or cat toys. And basically, you just want to end going through the back. But since we're not doing that with this one, you're just going to simply take it inside the best you can. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go up this way and kind of weave it through, just like if you were doing some kind of stitching. Fit it through. You're going to have moments where they're going to be a tight fit. That's okay. You're going to take it all the way through. And that's basically you're ending that stitch. But to go ahead and just leave it like that, I'm going to find the center of the little ducky head. I'm going to take it all the way up, because I'm going to do 2 cuts. One is, I had to find my scissors. They ran away from me. Anyway, just take that. Clip off that little piece close to the thing. Be careful of your other stitchings. Now that that's done, notice how it's away. You pull it open to how much. Now, I didn't measure exactly the distance and whatnot, So I just give a good enough size to where I think Angel decided one day she was going to put it on around her neck, and it came to about right there on her. So I think that might work with that whole thing. All you're going to do is snip off that little portion. And I do apologize for taking so long between the snow that we had a while ago. If you want to know how bad we had it, go and check out my dear buddies on The Country That Called Us. They did do some of the storm things and film during that whole thing. I was stuck at work during that time, so that was crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and tie that. But if you go check out Jeff and Trish on The Country That Called Us, they're the ones that will talk about me and I'll talk about them. They're good friends of mine. There you have it. Little ducky. You can take them a certain way. And just knot up the end. Cut off the excess. If that's too short, grab some more thread. Like after you hang it up, if that's too short, go grab some more thread. If it's too long, just snip off that top, pin where you want it, and then tie it off and what have you. The stuff that I use on this little guy is a Scotch Guard. It's a little outdoor sun and weather shield. I use that to kind of protect it from the sun since it's going to be beating down on it all the time, unless she takes it in and wants to do that. I will post that picture. Like I said, she did not want to be filmed, and I will respect her privacy and everything, even though she's a dear, wonderful lady. I am currently making a new project. It's a fidget box. I had it somewhere. But, I will post a whole tablet of all the things that I've made. But the fidget box has cat toys in it. So that should be fun for that one. If you haven't liked and subscribed to me, please do so. I thank you for all of you that have. I checked it today. Recently, we have now 41 people who have subscribed. I thank you so very much. I am planning on going live Saturday night about 6 or 7. I haven't decided yet. In the evening. Please bear with me. I'll probably do that one as like a little questions and answers. If you have questions, I'll answer them. If you want to see the fidget box and see how I'm making that, let me know. A friend of mine placed that order, and I'm working on that one now. But let me go get this for you, and I thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe.